terms of emotional sensitivity and taking things literally, it's something that is just almost unimaginable in terms of the kind of toll that it takes on me. And I know that I've talked about this previously, but when something happens to me personally, it's kind of something that I feel that I need to share, and that just helps me. So yesterday I was purchasing something, and the terminal which I inserted my debit card into, after I put in my PIN and pressed OK, it said this random number, and then it said press OK. So I pressed OK. It started printing out my receipt, and then I handed it back to the associate, and she said to me, "You don't press that button, we do." And I was just kind of like a little bit confused and upset, more than a little bit. It kind of just, my mind kept going, well, why did she say that? The machine said press OK, and I did what the machine said, and that wasn't right. And it just, my mind kept kind of spiraling out of control in terms of like, well, this doesn't make sense. The machine said one thing, she said something else. That's the first time that I've ever done anything like that. So, like, why am I being called out on it? And a lot of the terminals will say, please pass to merchant after you've made your purchase. And that one didn't. So I was very upset, and I called the company that owned that kiosk, and I said to them that I didn't think that it was very fair that I had been spoken to that way, and that the terminal didn't say something else. It's kind of not the first time that something like that has happened, where something says to do something some way, and then a person will tell you, well, you did it wrong. And for me, that just like really, like, my anxiety kicks in, I start sweating, like, my vision, I feel like, I can't see because it's just making me way too upset, and it eats into me. Like, I was so upset that I almost started having a meltdown. My eyes were watering, and I just, like, couldn't deal with it. And I'm not sure if that has anything to do with, emotional kind of like abuse that I suffered growing up, or if it has to do with like this particular thing. And it's hard for me to figure out what the root of my like anxiety is. And so all I can do is just kind of like, pass positivity onto other people, and hope that that will give me good karma, and people will be nice to me for the rest of the day. Like, I was at work, so fortunately people at work are just really kind and really uplifting. So ultimately that helped me. And, if something like that happens, try to surround yourself with something positive afterwards, because you need to counteract that energy. You need to have that negative energy, dealt with, go out of your mind, and try to bring in more positive energy, because that's kind of the only way. Like, for me, even, I don't know how other people deal with stuff like that. Maybe they don't get upset like I do. Maybe they just are able to put it out of their mind right away and say, well, maybe that person's having a bad day. But if a machine says to do something to me, chances are that's, it's telling me to press OK. So I pressed OK. I guess that's kind of what you get when you take things really literally, but that's kind of all that I could do in that situation. So have you ever run into a situation where maybe something was telling you to do one thing, you did it, and then a person or something else said, well, you did it wrong? I'd be curious to know what kind of experiences that you've had, because clearly mine was just like ridiculous. So thanks for watching again.